grease cleaning, information of the right use of air clean equipment. Machines Martina. First thing to do is to have the right protection for the operator. I mean goggles for eye protection and face mask. So now we start the regulation and the preparing of the machine. We can see the difference between the two machines is that the foaming tank has the chemical regulation and the inlet air. For the rinse, for the clean water, we have the same tank. It's about 24 liters. We have the air connection for the compressor, and we have the exit of the liquid. In this case is pure water. So the difference is this valve. In case of excessive pressure, we have two safety valves. This is of the foaming. When the air inside, the pressure of the air is too high, the exceeding air goes out through this valve. The same we have in this tank. This is the safety valve. We start with the filling of the machine. We unscrew the cork, of course, take away the corks, and we start to fill with pure water, clean water. Okay. Now we can add up the chemical. The concentration normally is about 20%. So in 10 liters, it's about 2 liters of chemical. And first thing is to connect the air hose to the air valve. You can see this valve is closed and this valve is closed. Now we have to make the regulation of the pressure of this tank, of the foaming tank valve. Pulling up, we can start to increase or decrease the pressure. Fai vedere? Okay, vai. You can feel the air coming out from this hole. You can see the pressure is decreasing. If you lock the valve a vita, you increase the pressure. A vita. Right, okay. 6 bar is the right pressure to have the perfect foaming. Okay, and now we block again, pulling down the red valve. Okay, now everything is perfect to start the job. Now we connect the white hose to the chemical line. Cleaning shaft to Smartina. Ok, chiudi. Connect the foaming nozzle. Okay, fast connection. The foam will get out from this hole and will spread the chemical foam to the brush. Okay, and we start to test before if the chemical is appropriate, if the foaming exit is right for our use. Now we have set the pressure to 5.5, and we can understand if the forming is correct. Now opening completely the two valves, and you see how is the forming now. Okay, forming is good. The right mix of water and foam. Open the valve while we clean, but at the same time we need to close the valve after 20 to 30 seconds, because otherwise the liquid amount inside the ducts may be too much. So we start the job and we see. First thing is to insert the brush inside the duct. Now we start foaming. We open the valve of the foaming, poi iniziamo a spazzolare, vai. Ok. Adesso we can close the valve, chiudi la valvola. We close the valve because we have enough chemical inside. And so we start to brushing, vai. Ok, avanti. Now, important thing, we have to rinse everything because we have the dirtiness inside and we need water. Okay, so now we have to disconnect in safety the foaming tank and connect the other tank with clean water. Inside this we have only clean water. So we have to close the air. We have to close we can take it away, of course, no problem. Perfect. Now we can close the chemical line. Everything is closed. Close is in vertical position. In this way is open and this is closed. Same for this. Open, closed. Disconnect the fast connection here and connect to clean water. Connect the air. You can open the air, of course. Okay, now we start with the clean water. In this way we will clean the whole line of the shaft, and we will rinse the dirtiness inside the duct. Apri. Of course, we can decide if open completely the valve or open only partially. Okay, the water is getting out. Vai lì. Passola. Vai. Okay. With the same logic, we decide how much water used for the rinse. Now the rinse of the shaft is done. We can close the valve of the water. After to have rinsed the cleaning shaft, now we see how to dismantle everything in safety. First thing to do is to close the valve in the shaft. Close the valve on the tank. This is closed. The red valve is closed. Now we start to take away the connections. First one. Second one. Now we see how to take away the pressure inside the two tanks. First is the liquid tanks. We have 6 bar. We have to open gently the valve and the air gets out. Okay. Good. Now we can open the cork because we don't have any pressure. In any case, there is also a safety valve here in case of residual pressure inside the tank. So when we unscrew, we will see some air coming out from this hole. The second is the foamer. We can close the red valve, close the black valve of the air. We can take away everything, and now with the same logic we can open the valve. Now it's safe. We can open the cork. This, and rinse with pure water before to store it away in the warehouse.